Hello viewers and welcome to a brand new episode of Mechanic Brewery Season 6, where I talk about the various homebrew mechs created by the Lancer community. In today's episode, Werewolf, from HORUS, by Boise Gang. Werewolf, get out of here, I'm not doing this for the third time, I'm so tired. Named after the mythological creature, the werewolf will rip and tear until it is done because of course what else it can do with that name. Looking at its stats, it's a big size 2 with 2 armor, low health, and even lower repair cap. It does have a decent evasion with high speed, while its sensor range could be better, it still has average E-defense, heat cap, and 6 base system points. As for its traits, it has 2 of them. First, mind of its own.
The moon is waiting for you, Empress.
Never mind, it only has 1. Second, voice of rage ruin. When Werewolf hits with melee attack, its next tech attack become infused. If it hits with tech attack instead, its next melee become infused. Infused attacks have +1 accuracy and character hits by them has cursed mark applied to them, which can only be cleared at the end of their turn if they do not conduct any hostile actions. Each character can only have 1 cursed mark at a time. What does cursed mark do? Well, you just have to keep reading. What this means is simple. Werewolf is a hack and slasher that wants to combo with tech and melee attack to give as many of its foes painful curses as possible. As for its weapon mounts, it has 3, 1 double auxiliary, 1 flex, and 1 main. Onto its core passive, Werewolf has Shapeshifter, which gives it AI tag and has an integrated NHP called, of course it's called Lycanthrope. I can't get away from these furries. This NHP also do not count towards the max limit of NHP installed, so do your worse. With this, Werewolf gains a Lycanthrope dice which start at 1, at the start of each scene, roll it to determine its value, at the end of your turn, increases it by 1, if it reaches 7, it goes back to 1. You can also spend a full action to poke the NHP and reroll the dice, but then it will not increase at the end of this turn. Depending on the dice number, you gain the following benefits. At 1 or 2, its Howling Gibbous. First tech attack you make on your turn deals additional heat equal to the Lacan dice, twice if target has a cursed mark. At 3 or 4, its Bloodied Crescent. First melee you make on your turn deals bonus damage equal to the dice, twice if target has a cursed mark. And at 5 or 6, its Lunar Rebirth. At the start of your turn, gain overshield equal to the dice, twice if someone with a cursed mark is within your sensor. Needless to say, you really want to curse people for maximum effect. This will take a combo of tech and melee attack, but the heavier damage and overshield for protection will be very worth it. Just beware that this integrated NHP also means that this frame can cascade without any additional NHP installed. And for its core power, Werewolf can activate Curse of the Moon for Bad Moon Rising. Upon activation with a quick action, each hostile within range 10 and line of sight must make a system save or take 2 heat and get curse mark. You may also provoke the NHP at the same time, rolling twice this time but only 1 result. Additionally, each lunar boon now has additional effects for the rest of the scene. Howling Gibbous has true sight on characters with curse mark on making tech attack, which mean the attack will ignore hidden, invisibility, and any effects that will cause an attack to automatically miss. Bloodied Crescent treats cursed characters as shredded, and Lunar Rebirth will now cause cursed characters to deal only half damage, heat, and burn, to the werewolf. In summary, woe be upon you, Curse of Ra, nobody is going to be uncursed by the end of dawn and you will rip them to shred. For the rest of the license, you can get Moonfang Sliver and Pack Tactics in the first section. Moonfang Silver, Killer Instinct Dagger, is a strange auxiliary melee / nexus with Smart, Threat 2, Throne 5, and 2 variable damage that can be of any kind. It counts as both melee and nexus for the purpose of core bonuses and everything else, and still follow all rules of melee weapons unless it's thrown, which means this is a very weird weapon that can simultaneously benefits from Hunter and Senti main. No Gunslinger here because it's not a ranged weapon still. It's just like a really weird Ghast nexus that can let you move fast with Hunter and still debuff enemies to hell with Senti main, along with any sort of crazy builds you could think of from this. Pack Tactics, teamwork is overpowered. This is a unique system that simply gives you +1 accuracy against hostile with at least 1 ally adjacent to them and also causes them to suffer +1 difficulty in checks or saves. Simple, but incredibly powerful because the effects will apply just about everywhere. Aside from Werewolf license itself, you can also get Metamorphic Blade and the Beast inside in the second section. Metamorphic Blade, this is not a sword, it's a main melee that cost 1 system point to install, which has seeking and variable damage, and it's a mimic gun. On attack, choose the weapon damage type, and at the start of combat, roll 3d6 and note the results. The base threat and damage will be determined by this number, and at the start of your turn, it will move on to the next and repeat. If it can't, you may provoke the metamorphic blade with a quick action. At best, this means the blade can reach 6 threat and 7 damage, quite a devastating number before stacking every bonus you can put on melee weapons. Unlike the mimic gun however, it's still only a main melee, so you can't stack like a crazy amount of talents to buff this thing to hell. Still, it is one sharp knife that can reach very far. The beast inside of you there's 2 wolves, is an invade system upgrade with limited tag that gives you 2 additional options. First, Rip and Tear. The target takes 4 AP damage that cannot be reduced by any means possible. If they are at half or below health, they take double. This can only affect specific character once per round. Second, Drown Equal Blood. Target treats all spaces as difficult terrain. Cannot ignore difficult terrain by any means, and lose 2 HP per space move or per hostile action taken up to a max of 12 until the end of their next turn. If they move less than 3 spaces on their turn, they must pass a system save or be knocked prone. This can only affect specific character once per round. So, these are some powerful effects. So powerful in fact this is the first time I seen anyone having the idea of giving an invade system's limited tag to give the user a pause. Invade in Lancer is designed to debuff enemies or only give damage if certain condition was made, so being able to do up to 12 deterministic damage is an incredible amount of it. So to summarize, these are powerful invade, use them wisely. In the final section, you get Wolf's Wrath and Tyrant's Curse. Wolf's Wrath, Total Feral Mode, is a system that grants you a reaction called Lash Out, which for once per round when an attack within the threat of your melee weapons hit you, you smack them right back. Sounds simple, except it also has another condition. It has a homebrew tag of cooldown of 5, which means you can only perform this reaction once every 5 turns, but each time you take damage from hostile character, remove 1 cooldown counter for the system so you can use it sooner than normal. In short, get up close, get hurt, and smack everyone silly. And finally, Tyrant's Curse. How many times has the word curse been used in this episode already? Upon activation with the protocol and +1 heat, for the rest of the scene, you gain plus accuracy on all attacks roll and +1 bonus damage on successful attack, but suffer +1 difficulty on all checks and save and take +1 damage on all sources. This effects can be stacked 6 times and each time this protocol has been used, increase the heat cost by 1 up to a max of 6. Tyrant's Curse remains until end of the scene or deactivated with a full action which causes you to be stunned until the end of your next turn. If your mech is cascading, this is activated automatically. To put it shortly, with this, you can give more pain onto others, but at the same time, others can put more pain onto you too. It's up to you to figure out whether this is worth it or not, but also it's very funny if you just go all in on the curse every single fight no matter what. And that's basically it on Werewolf, a hack and slasher that really live up to the role and want to curse everything to hell. Its license is full of weapons and tools that lets you get up close and dangerous, to give more pain upon your foes no matter what. You want to hurt people, this is the perfect frame for it. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe and click that notification bell button. If you want to see the videos early as well as further support my channel, you can join in my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.